Hello, my name's Denny, and oh, sorry, facing the wrong direction there. As I was saying, my name's Denny, this is my plant-based journey, and tonight we're making cauliflower tacos. Can you believe that? Cauliflower tacos. Let me say this first. If you were able to read the shirt, you'd notice that it says food is medicine and exercise is power. What we're trying to do is get healthy, and I've been participating in some things with Healthy City in Midland, Texas, and I've been very blessed and thankful to be a part of their program. They have many good things that they bring to the Permian Basin, including things like the Food is Medicine program, the Dean Ornish program, the Reversing Diabetes programs, and many other things. And so I encourage you to check out the website. There's lots of tools and tips and ways to really get a hold of your health. It's ourhealthycity.com. I hope you'll check that out. Now let's get to our recipe for tonight. I will tell you that I was recording this earlier and I left the microphone off. Can you believe that? So I'm gonna just give you a summary here. But what I've done is I've made some tacos tonight using a recipe from Brand New Vegan. Now I've edited this a few times and I've eaten this a few times. I was very nervous about it the first time, but I have now gone and made this recipe a few times, and I've learned some things, and I really enjoy it. It will surprise you how good it is. So let me just go over the recipe for you very quickly, and then we'll get into the food. So these cauliflower tacos require you to get a medium-sized head of cauliflower. And from that, you're going to chop it up, run it through your food processor to rice it, and you want to have about 1.5 cups. Now, to save time tonight, I bought a package, it's a frozen package, that includes about 1.5 cups of the cauliflower already riced. It's simple to rice it yourself, it's just time consuming, it is messy, but when you use it, you're going to be able to cook it, and it'll cook out real clean, and it's just real simple. So the first ingredient is the 1.5 cups of riced cauliflower. Then you add to it 4 ounces of mushrooms, and I just chopped it up with my knife. You can run that through a food processor as well. And then 1/2 cup of walnuts. Now you could leave the walnuts out if you wanted to. I chopped those up again with my knife. You can throw all 3 of those ingredients in a food processor and just grind them up. To that, once I have those 3 ingredients in a mixing bowl, I add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and then I mix it up real good. That way the soy coats all the product. That will allow your seasonings to stick to it better. And so that's what I recommend. And then to that, he started off with chili powder, and I did too. 2 tablespoons of chili powder. You can use the light chili powder, which is what I prefer for cooking. There are other forms. There's smoked chili powder, there's paprika, and we'll use some paprika in just a moment. You can use chipotle powder. There's all different types of chili powders and various peppers that you can use. Now, I'd stay away from the cayenne unless you're just going to put a sprinkling, because it is much hotter, or any of those other types of peppers that are very hot, because then it's going to be hard to eat it. But 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of cumin, or if you're like me, add a little bit more to it. 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. Of course, you could use onion and garlic in this as well instead of the powders. It might change up your consistency a little bit because of the drying nature that needs to take place. And then 1/4 teaspoon or so, or sprinkling of salt and pepper. Now you're going to heat your oven up ahead of time for 350 degrees. You're going to assemble these ingredients, you're going to stir them up real good. And he uses a sheet pan and puts parchment paper down and then bakes it off for about 30 minutes. What I did is I take 2 of these half sheet pans, these cookie sheets, and I put 2 of the seal pats down. I have a few different versions, and I'm using a different brand that I picked up on Amazon now. It works great. Now they might stain a little bit, but you can use them over and over and over. They don't burn on the ends like parchment paper does. They are real easy to use, easy to wash and maintain. And so I spread this out on 2 sheet pans instead of just using 1. And the reason I did that is because I want this to dry out. The first time that I made this, it was too thick in the pan. It took forever to dry out, and I didn't want it to be moist. I wanted it to be more of the consistency of cooked hamburger meat. Now, I dried some out. I cooked it for 30 minutes. What I did is I put it in there for 15 minutes, and then I stirred it up, and then I put it back in for another 15 minutes. And if you can see it, listen, that looks just like ground meat. You can probably see that it's crumbling and coming apart. And the amazing thing is it tastes great. It has a wonderful flavor. And so this is the base of what I'm going to do next. Now, I have some baked tostadas, and they are thin and they're already baked and ready to use. And then I have some street taco corn tortillas, and I heated those up on the skillet on the stove, and I put 2 of them together because if you've used corn tortillas, a lot of times they break and crack, and then they are hard to hold anything. So in addition to that, I've got some diced jalapenos from my garden. I've got some salsa. I've got some avocado that I've sliced up and put in a bowl. I've got some cherry tomatoes that I either halved or quartered based on the size. I chopped up some cilantro and red onion. In addition to that, I have some sliced real thin green chili and also some jalapeno from my garden. These are hot and they will add some flavor. And then just some shredded lettuce. These other ingredients and this cauliflower taco meat have a lot of flavor. And so rather than using some of the other greens or spinach like I normally do, this is just plain iceberg lettuce that's shredded. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these. Now you could also use red beans or pinto beans or some type of lentil, something that you prefer that you can use as a base to start on this. But for me this is enough tonight. And so I'm just going to make some of this real quick and show you what I do. Like for the taco, I'll put a little bit of this meat in it. I'm going to sprinkle just a tiny bit of this jalapeno because these are hot. I know I've said that about 72 times, but I want you to know these are hot. I'm going to put a little bit of this tomato and a tiny bit of red onion, which you could have added on the stove if you wanted to, and a little cilantro, which is one of my favorite greens, one of my favorite seasonings of all time, and then a little bit of shredded lettuce right on top. And this is how I'd make my street tacos. Now you could make a bunch of these, but the fact of the matter is, it's a simple, easy bite. Oh, that is so good. I love that. Have to have a little bit of my LaCroix. Oh man, that is so good. The brightness from the cherry tomatoes, I don't know if you can tell, but when that comes in there, it really does look like meat. It's unbelievable. So let me just set that to the side. I'll finish that in a second. Same thing with the tostado. On the tostado, I put down my meat. Then I put lettuce next, a little bit of red onion, cilantro, that way I have it with every bite, a little bit of jalapeno slices instead of the diced on this one, a little bit of these shredded green chilies, cherry tomatoes, a little avocado right on top, as I make a mess, and then my salsa. Now, I'm not going to get a bite that has everything on it, obviously, because I would have to eat the whole thing. But I will either eat that with a fork or I'll just pick it up and eat it. And let me say once again, that jalapeno is hot. All right. It's Taco Tuesday. Why should we have to avoid Taco Tuesday just because we want to eat healthy? This is cauliflower. Oh, it's so good. And that jalapeno is so hot. So, in my opinion, the brand new vegan hit this recipe out of the park. Tweak it how you like. Add what you want to it. Eat it how you like. This is a great meal. I know you're going to enjoy it. This is day 1 of my September 30-day challenge. I'm going to eat this a little bit later. I'm going to go for a walk. I've had a good day today. I'll look for a good day tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the stir fry yesterday, and I hope you'll stay tuned for more recipes as we go through this. But we can do this. We can make a difference in our lives in just 30 days. Why don't you join us? Eat a whole food plant-based diet, get a little movement in your life, and notice how much you will change. I appreciate you being here tonight. Try out this recipe. Tell me what you think. There are many versions of cauliflower tacos and bean tacos and lentil tacos and quinoa tacos and potato tacos. You tell me what's your favorite. And if you have a recipe you'd like for me to prepare for you, let me know. I'm going to be trying a bunch of recipes over the course of September and sharing them with you, and I'll give you my honest opinion. Sometimes they're not good, but this is one of my favorites, and I hope you enjoy it. My name's Denny. This is my plant-based journey, and you know what? I could talk to you some more, but I'm going to eat. Have a great week.